Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again back to this platform where we discuss issues pertaining to construction industry. Today we want to talk about common mistakes that are usually made by site agents and maybe project clerk of works. What are these mistakes? One, in a progress report, there are some mistakes that commonly are made by these people I've just mentioned. One of them being average temperature records. You'll realize that a site agent and a site project clerk of works are usually on one site, but on the clerk of works progress report, maybe for example on a Monday, he has indicated that the average temperature was 22 degrees Celsius, while a site agent who is on the same site indicates that the average temperature was 24 degrees Celsius, and these guys are on same site. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you are making your report, when you are on site, site agent, clerk of works, do talk. If you are ensure that you are using one gadget for measuring temperature, so that what clerk of works report should be the same to what you report in terms of average temperature. Another thing that clerk of works should know is that your report must be very much accurate, because consultants do depend on that report to make some decisions. So do not guess. Another mistake that you usually do is precipitation. You'll realize that maybe a clerk of works has indicated that the precipitation was 10 millimeters, while the site agent has indicated on his report or a report that the precipitation was 15 millimeters, and these guys are on same site. So you need to you need to use common gadget for measuring these very important aspects, because they are usually used during maybe when there are issues like maybe variations in time, maybe when contractors requested for extension of time. These are the things that consultants do check, so that they award or guide contractor accordingly on his request for extension of time. Another thing that is a common mistake is number of labor on site. You'll realize that maybe clerk of works has indicated that there were 120 unskilled labor on site, and maybe 60 or maybe 120 again skilled labor on site, while site agent has indicated that there was maybe 90 unskilled labor on site and maybe 90 skilled labor. So you see that kind of variance. So you need to record your records for labor accurately, and you need to consult, because labor is under site agent. They're the people who do employ this labor. So you need to count. As you count, the same time you should go to site agent and check their records, what they did record on that day, the labor who are on the site. And you need to counter check again so that you are accurate. Another mistake that usually happen is the records of materials delivered on site. This is a common mistake that do take place. Ensure that when you're taking your record, you take your record immediately at around maybe 5, when these guys are about to close site, because you may take it at 3, at 4, then around 5:20 p.m. Their material delivered on that day. So your record for the material delivered will never be accurate compared to maybe site agent. So you need to consult. You can even do the same in the following day before they commence any work. You again go to site agent, reconcile with him whether what you did take yesterday as per the material delivered on site were the same to what was delivered, what he has in his records. There is also maybe sometimes on a site storekeeper. You need also to be checking with him or her, so that you reconcile your figures accordingly. Another mistake that commonly take place on site is visitors on site. Sometimes on these reports, people tend to forget. you need to indicate visitors that have come to that site on each and particular day. Indicate, give the date, so and so came on site at this time, comment that they gave, and where were they from. So that your visitors is telling with the visitors for the site agent on site. Indicate the dates, indicate even the time, and the purpose why they came to the site. These are things that sometimes people do forget. Another thing is areas where works are being done, progress works that are done on site. Some people are so much, I don't know how they put, okay, like there was concreting work being done on site. That's not enough. You should indicate that there was concreting work done on site at this grid line and this grid line, so that it is known that between this grid line and this grid line, concreting work was taking place on Tuesday. Give even if it's grid line 1 to 2, A, B, so that it is known that on Tuesday, this date, between grid line 1 to 2, A, B, there was concreting work being done, so that your report is as accurate as possible. Another thing that usually takes place in terms of common mistakes is the stoppage of work on site. Sometimes there was rainfall, and now the work stopped for 30 minutes. You need to indicate that from 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. there was rainfall that made the work stop. And the work that were affected by this rainfall were the works that were at this particular area, because rainfall cannot stop the internal works like plaster work, tiling works. It can't stop. So you need to indicate areas that kind of maybe eventuality made the work to delay or stop, and you give reasons, whether it was rainfall, whether maybe it was some incident on site, whether maybe it was a safety incident, whether maybe there were some maybe visitors who came to site, and maybe they are politicians. Now people tend to maybe to go and hear what have you. You need to indicate. Another one that usually take place as a common mistake is site instructions issued on site. Clerk of Works has issued a site instruction, or project architect or manager has given an instruction, or project engineer. Then you fail to indicate such kind of instruction in your report. You need to indicate in your report the dates when they were given, the time when they were given, and who gave those kind of instructions. You need to indicate such in your report. Some people do forget. So those are common mistakes that usually take place on site. And remember, these reports are very, very important. They are very important when we are doing maybe like I mentioned earlier, variations in terms of time, issuance of extension of time, and any other claim that might arise. So these reports must be as accurate as possible. There's another one that I was forgetting, percentage of work progress. As clerk of works, as site agent, if you're not sure of the progress in terms of percentage, please consult even with the quantity surveyor. Tell him that from this date to this date, this is the area that was worked on, these are the elements that were done, and therefore I'm getting challenged in converting these ones into percentages, so that you give an accurate percentage, because this percentage, even the quantity surveyors sometimes use them when they are doing their evaluations. So they must be as accurate as possible. Consult. Don't just come up and pop with the figures. Project quantity surveyor might use these figures that you cooked and pay contractor a wrong figure. So consult. It is not wrong to ask. It is not wrong to consult. And also do practice on how to come up with the percentage of areas worked on. Practice, and practice makes perfect. I think for today I leave with this, and in case of any question, just put in the comment below, and then when we are coming up with another lesson next time, we'll discuss them. Thank you very much. Goodbye for now.